Negative talk and negative responses, it's not a sign of humility. You're not being humble at all. You're not being polite. It's just condemnation, also cursing yourself. That's not the life that God has called us for. So let's learn to be conscious of the things that we say daily about ourselves and also our loved ones. Let's constantly remind ourselves that we are deserving of good things. Let's allow God to transform our mind, to transform our thinking, so that we think that we are deserving of good things, so we are able to embrace the moments when they come. Greetings everyone, hello guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Masana Wakarikoto, and thank you so much for clicking on the video. And if you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome to my channel. And for my 37 returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. So today I'm going to talk about one habit that I think we should stop, not only in 2025, but we should just get rid of it like for God, which is giving negative response to a positive remark or a compliment. So for example, you just graduated and someone comes and say, congratulations on your graduation, and you say thank you. But the thank you does not end the conversation. That will be followed up by comments like, there's high unemployment rate in South Africa, we are just struggling, or wonzama. Or maybe you just bought a car, someone comes and say, congratulations Masana on your car. You say thank you, all that kind of energy that we usually give when something good is happening in our life. For parents, someone can come and say, you have a cute baby, you have a beautiful baby, and you say thank you. And now the thank you is followed by the list of things that the baby does at home that are not so pleasant. So it's something that I think we do often. I would not want to assume all of us, but maybe most of us, it's something that it's common, but it's not a good habit. It's something that I think we should let go of. So this habit may be caused by a lot of things. It can be something that you grow up seeing or hearing our elders or parents respond to positive things happening in their lives. Sometimes kwenda munhu kaya andzawuta mshewetana, then babutsa kumjayini kume mjayini miyitsona, that language that they usually have. And instead of maybe not saying anything or maybe responding by ngenani media mtasibona kwala, if maybe I'm like babombisela kumsheva yini, parents usually will give a response like ayidinchumu kumbe ivisiwana tajayini ntsona, all that kind of thing. So I think it's something that it looks like you're trying to be humble. It looks like it's polite to respond like that, but it's not a good thing to do. So it can be caused by the environment that you grow up in. Like I said, to some of us, this is a common language that we grow up using. So the second cause of this habit may be the false sense of safety under a negative report. I think we grow into this thing of believing that you need to give an impression that life is hard for you, so you don't invite a lot of enemies. So we think we will be safer when we give negative report than embracing the good things that are happening in our lives. The only safety that is there is found in God. We save because God is protecting us. You can lie and say, I'm going through this and that, or things are hard, but your life can be explaining something else. But I think this also causes us to have this negative response to great things that are happening in our lives. And another thing that may cause this habit is we think it's being polite, we think we're being humble by giving a negative response. There's no humility in that. Like it's not there. And then the other thing that may cause us to have this habit is also the issue of the imposter syndrome, that feeling of undeserving. You feel like you don't deserve this thing even though you have worked hard for it. So all these things plays a role in getting us to form a habit of giving negative responses to things that we should be embracing, to things that we should be happy about without giving any negativity to it. So the habit does not only show itself with negative responses, it can also manifest with things like being uncomfortable with compliments. I'm guilty of this one, but we are working on it now. If you compliment me for something that I did, I'll say thank you. I will not give any negativity. I will not say anything negative, but inside, I would not want us to stay longer on that complimentary state. I would not want us to stay longer on you telling me how I did good. It will feel some sort of uncomfortable. So it's something that I am aware of, and it's something that I know that I'm dealing with, so that I know that it's okay for me to be celebrated. I don't have to pretend like I'm okay with it, but for me to feel like inside that I'm good with this, to embrace that moment of being complimented. So another thing is you find yourself living in fear under the disguise of personality or preference. Your life, it's governed by fear so much that we have kind of embraced that to be your preference or to be just who you are. When in actual fact, it's because we are fearful. We are fearful of living in this good thing. You are fearful of embracing this wonderful thing that is happening right now, that you say that it's your preference. This does not mean that you should be talking about things with people that are not really meant to know about such things, but it also to shine a light that some of the things that we say we prefer doing is not necessarily who we are, but it's what we have become because we're living under so much fear. The other sign to show that you may have normalized the habit of negativity towards your life, it's believing in God to do something great for someone, but you don't believe God can do the very same great things in your life. You can pray with someone, you helping them, maybe you're praying for a job, but deep down you don't really believe that God can also bless you with a job. That may be a sign to show that you have normalized negativity. You have embraced it so much that you are making it kind of your identity. You're making it to feel like you don't deserve these good things that you are helping this person seek God for. So the last thing that may be an indication that you may have formed a habit of negativity so much around your life may be you are praying for something in your private spaces, but your day-to-day speech does not correspond with that. It contradicts everything that you are praying for in private. It was January last month. It was fasting and prayer time for most churches, your Daniel fast and all the kind of fast. I've also had a video about that. So if you'd love to know more about that, you can please check it out. I'm going to link it on my description box. So I was saying that you pray for something in private, but what you say in public, your day-to-day speech does not agree with that. It contradicts everything that you're praying for. It sort of cancels out everything that you're praying for. That may be an indication that deep down you know that you deserve good things or you want these good things, but for some reasons, known and unknown, you're not able to embrace, they're not able to be positive about receiving this good thing in your life. So with all that said, with me trying to encourage us to live positively, to embrace the good things that God is doing in our lives, because when we water down those testimonies, it breeds some unconscious ungratefulness. And the moment you start to be ungrateful, you keep on praying for the next thing. And when that thing is done, you don't even stay in that space, in that moment to appreciate that thing. You want the next thing, and you end up not being content. So with all this, like I said, God created everyone, the introverts, extroverts, loud, quiet, outspoken. So this does not mean that you need to live or to copy another person's life. You don't have to be loud if by nature you're a quiet person. It's still normal to have boundaries. It does not mean that you should be sharing stuff with people that you should not be sharing with. There's a certain part of my life that I may never want to bring on social media, a certain part of my life that I would never want to bring to my workspace. So it's normal to have boundaries. Have boundaries, use wisdom, don't overshare, don't share what is not meant to be shared. But at the same time, do not allow fear, do not allow negativity to govern the decisions that you're making every day. So have boundaries. Don't share what is not supposed to be shared. It's possible for someone to congratulate you on, let's say, maybe just bought a car, like the example that I gave initially. They say congratulations on your car, you just say thank you, it ends there. Some may even go to the extent of wanting to know how much is your car or how much are you paying for the installment. You don't have to share that information if you do not want to. And you're within your rights not to share that information. It's okay to say, I'm not comfortable sharing that for this reason, or you just say, I'm not comfortable sharing that, you keep quiet. You don't have to give a negative report to please this person or to look like you are humble. So with all this, I'm not saying that we should copy other people's lives, but we should not live in fear. We should not live anticipating the next bad thing that is going to happen, but to positively embrace the moment, to positively thank God and be grateful for the great things that He's doing in our lives. So the solution to get rid of this habit is to pray to God to help us to control our tongue, to take the tongue for what the word says it is. The power of life and death lies on it. To consciously practice speaking good about ourselves. It's easy to have this there's one thing about negativity that it's very easy to kind of fall into it. It may start as a joke. Before you know it, you have normalized that talk. Before you know it, you become that negative thing that you have been saying, that negative thing that we have formed. But it started out as a joke. So to be conscious of speaking good about ourselves in different seasons of life. And then the last thing I will share is to just also remind ourselves constantly that we are deserving of good things. God wants to bless us. God will bless us. God can bless us. The thoughts He have of us are good, are not evil. So just to remind ourselves every day that I am deserving of good things. I'm deserving of a wonderful life. And to live in that without having to anticipate the negative thing that might come. Life is full of challenges, but that does not mean that it stays in our identity. We can't embrace that to the point that even when that stage of hardship has passed, we can't enjoy the good thing that is happening because we are so anticipating of the next thing that may not go well. So to remind ourselves that God loves us, He wants to bless us abundantly. He desires blessing us. He's a loving God. Negative talk and negative responses, it's not a sign of humility. You're not being humble at all. You're not being polite. It's just condemnation, also cursing yourself. That's not the life that God has called us for. So let's learn to be conscious of the things that we say daily about ourselves and also our loved ones. Let's constantly remind ourselves that we are deserving of good things. Let's allow God to transform our mind, to transform our thinking, so that we think that we are deserving of good things, so we are able to embrace the moments when they come. So yeah, we have come to the end of today's video, and if you're still watching until this point, thank you so much for watching until the end. So let's engage in the comment section. Is the negative response habit something that you have seen growing up, or is it something that you once struggled with, or you're currently going through, or you have seen people go through that, and how has it manifested itself, so that we can learn from each other to become better individuals, to become what God is designed for us to be. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.